Triple H still cheering Adam Cole. El Ingobernable watches as Sabre Jr. runs for the hills. John Cena will face Corin with the ECW Television Championship on the line. Tyler Bate is going to the chamber. And someone's come out with a very close look on it. Drew McIntyre! McIntyre! But it's McIntyre with the final say this evening as he stands over the ECW champion. Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. It is the penultimate edition of ECW before the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And there is plenty of action to come our way. Last week we learned the final participant in the ECW Championship Elimination Chamber, but there was a different talking point to close the evening, and there will be in the main event of the evening as well. Drew McIntyre will go one-on-one against Seth Rollins here tonight in our main event. McIntyre closed last week's edition of ECW by laying out Rollins. Will he do it again tonight? While we end the evening with the ECW champion in action, we'll start the evening with getting ourselves prepared for the Cruiserweight Championship Elimination Chamber. Starting off this evening, two of the arguable favorites in that contest meet one-on-one here tonight. Austin Aries to go up against Buddy Murphy. Aries qualified a few weeks back, having knocked off Cedric Alexander to earn his right into this Elimination Chamber contest. Buddy Murphy was granted the opportunity by yours truly at the first call. Himself, Kushida and Mustafa Ali were added to the chamber right from the very get-go. But now here tonight, Austin Aries gets to test himself against one of the men who qualified for the matchup right away. During this contest as well, we will be hearing from the Cruiserweight Champion, Mustafa Ali, as well. So prepare for that as these two men get ready to meet. It's all about building momentum. It's all about getting one over on your opponent in that contest so that when they're in the chamber with you, they remember about that defeat. It's locked in their mind, and it can really, in many ways, demoralize them and knock their confidence. And that is why it's key for both of these guys to try and seal a win here tonight. It's going to be a big contest to get us going here on SmackDown Live. No doubt about it. Looking forward to seeing what takes place between these two men. And let's not forget, it is a huge opportunity for Buddy Murphy as well. He is locked in the ring with a multi-time world champion, with a two-time Cruiserweight champion as well, along with other titles, other titles to go along with it. Austin Aries is by no means a slouch in this universe. The most successful man in this universe when it comes to holding titles. I believe he's held 9 of them. Murphy, of course, brought this whole Elimination Chamber about in many ways, as he brought about the ladder match back in New Year's Revolution. This time, though, Buddy Murphy sees it as being the time where he finally takes that Cruiserweight Championship away from the champion and puts it around his waist. Saying something else as well, if Buddy Murphy wins this contest here tonight, it's going to be hard-pressed to maybe find someone who isn't the Cruiserweight Champion who is a favorite as high as Buddy Murphy could be. He is beating the most successful guy in that contest and one of the most successful guys in this universe. It's a huge match for Murphy. For Aries, it's proving why he deserves to be called one of the favorites in the Elimination Chamber contest. We're underway here with this contest this evening. First of 5 matches to come our way. Of course, as I said, we will be hearing from the Cruiserweight Champion as this contest goes on. So get yourselves ready for that one. And now, though, chain wrestling between these two men. We know, of course, there's going to be 5 participants in the Elimination Chamber. We know 5 of them. The 6th will remain secret until the evening itself, when they make their way out and when they enter that chamber and participate in the match itself, seeking that Cruiserweight Championship. That should be entertaining. I mean, it adds an extra element on top of what we already know will be a great contest inside that chamber for the Elimination Chamber, for the Cruiserweight Championship, sorry. 2 title matches to come our way, 2 chamber matches to come our way next Sunday. 4 title matches, of course. Card virtually set in stone, and we're a week out. This is why ECW is so damn good. Chinlock right now by Murphy on Aries, trying to wear down the multi-time world champion. Aries, though, fighting his way out of it. Out now looking to disorientate Murphy. That simple move, it just causes you to just ring around, essentially. You're disorientated by it. Your hearing is all of a sudden just white noise. Does knock you off your game quite a little bit as these two guys continue on here. Up on the shoulders now. Rolling fireman's carry sent on by Austin Aries as he'll go right up to the second rope as well. Good chance for him here to take flight. Calling Murphy up to his feet. The best kept secret. Dazed, confused, and caught with a Hurricanrana. Austin Aries taking the lead in this contest. Back suplex takeover there, and look at this. Just no respect whatsoever. None at all towards Buddy Murphy, and not really a surprise from a guy like Austin Aries either. Corner now, Murphy sees a chance and he'll go for it. Oh, big back elbow. Huge momentum behind it as he took it into the face there of Austin Aries and planted him. Sit out powerbomb by Murphy. Goes into the cover, looking for victory. It's a kick out from Aries at 2. Contest continuing on here. Look out, Murphy now starting to put some pieces together. It's high time now that we go to the Cruiserweight Champion himself, Ali, with something to say. Surprise there for the Cruiserweight Champion, especially with one of the guys in this ring who he certainly does have a grudge up against. Champion wishing the best of luck to everyone and excited to see who that 6th participant will be. I imagine on the back of the mind of Mustafa Ali there is nothing doubting him though leaving that Cruiserweight Championship, and I imagine it's going to be the same for the 5 other participants. Even the guy who we don't know is going to be in that chamber. Well, I say we, I mean you. Oh, big knee there. Aries slow to recover against the ropes here. Murphy going to try and use that to his advantage, realizing that Aries is reeling, but a great counter there by Austin Aries. Crucifix, looking to put away Buddy Murphy here. Can he get the win sealed? Wow, another kick out. And again, disorientating him. Looking to set it up now for the discus forearm. Got him with it. Absolutely on the money. Aries goes into the cover as he put away Buddy Murphy here. Oh, kick out at 2. Aries coming close to victory there, but not close enough. Now he'll look for the tap out. Now he'll look to finish off Buddy Murphy. He will seek the last chancery, but Murphy puts the stop to it. Former World Tag Team Champion working well. Murphy now dumping him down on those ropes. And suplex follows up. Aries getting folded up from that one as well. Murphy now to the top rope. Huge move incoming. Big time elbow drop. Pinpoint accuracy as well from Murphy. What can he do from this moment on? He's going to look to put it away. Murphy's Law connects. Murphy covers Aries. Buddy Murphy with a huge win. A huge win for Murphy over a multi-time world champion. Buddy Murphy just threw himself into the talking point as maybe the definitive favorite for this chamber. Everyone better be watching on with bated breath because that was a huge win for Murphy on this evening. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's another contest of the evening here. Oney Lorcan will go one-on-one against Brian Kendrick. A match that this man's been waiting for an awfully long time to get his hands on Kendrick ahead of next Sunday. Ahead, of course, of the meeting between the 4 horsemen and greatness at the Elimination Chamber. Lorcan and Jericho will face Brian Kendrick and Rusev. It all came about many weeks ago now when Lorcan and Rusev met one-on-one in ECW Lorcan was on the verge of a huge win until it was screwed over by Brian Kendrick. A ringside, and from that moment on, Greatness and the Horsemen have been locking horns with one another over this coming contest, which will come to a head, of course, next Sunday at the Elimination Chamber. Lorcan ready to meet Kendrick right now, but look out, because here comes Kendrick! Oh, from behind with a steel chair! Kendrick wanted nothing to do with this contest, from behind and putting him in an all too familiar situation. Accolade on Lorcan. Brian Kendrick locking Oney Lorcan in the accolade now. And with Chris Jericho knocked out backstage, Greatness have pulled one off this evening. That's what I like to see from Angle, setting the record straight on Corin. Good stuff indeed. We move on to our next contest of the evening though, ladies and gentlemen. After a bit of chaos and a bit of talking as well, back to the in-ring action we go. Coming up next, Hirooki Goto to go one-on-one. It's Triple H. Goto, of course, came just short of qualifying for the Elimination Chamber contest, so too did Triple H. And, of course, the man he will meet at the Elimination Chamber as well, Adam Cole. Goto here tonight, though, to go one-on-one against the Cerebral Assassin. Be interesting to see how this will go for Goto, how he's looking to bounce back, of course, from that loss to, I believe it was Shibata, was it not, in a highly entertaining contest between those two men. Shibata, of course, qualifying for the Chamber. I talked about it last week with Shibata as well. His recent victories really putting him on a track towards being one of the more talked about guys maybe who could leave with that ECW championship. But right now Hirooki Goto's focused on himself, focused on this contest, and focused on really shaping himself up coming out of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view and heading, of course, into the biggest fight of the summer at SummerSlam. Goto would love to be on that pay-per-view, love to be fighting for a title, same as he did last year, of course. He met Lars Sullivan last year for the United States Championship at that event. Now he will look to maybe get his hands on the winner of Cena and Corin. Maybe try and push himself ahead of all of those who don't leave with the ECW Championship at the Elimination Chamber and try and get himself into a talking point for the title. Hard to do, of course, if Seth Rollins leaves not as the ECW champion, because you know for a fact that he's going to be deserving of a rematch right away. Nevertheless, Goto ready to go here against Triple H, focused on post-Elimination Chamber or not. There's no ignoring the fact that he cannot gloss over the Cerebral Assassin, a man who has in so many ways changed who and what he has become since his arrival to ECW. A change of appearance, and a change of mentality as well. So much more ruthless and vindictive and unforgiving from Triple H, week in and week out on this show. Of course, next Sunday he will meet Adam Cole at the Elimination Chamber. He cost Adam Cole the opportunity to go to the Chamber. Adam Cole did the same the week after. Both guys screwing one another out of the opportunity to go to the Elimination Chamber, but they will go into the pay-per-view itself to meet in what you know will be one hell of a grudge match. We saw at the top of the show this evening, Triple H taking a steel chair to Adam Cole last week before his match against Zack Sabre Jr., throwing that out to the window. Triple H doing everything he can to make Adam Cole's life a misery before next Sunday. Elimination Chamber already stacked up to be a great pay-per-view, but trust me, we have big shoes to fill if we want to beat Great Balls of Fire. What a pay-per-view that was. I will commend the Monday Night Raw roster, Sting, and anyone else. They put on an absolutely incredible show this past weekend. It's our job to top it next weekend, though. Triple H ready to go here against Goto. This promises to be a great contest as well. The hard-hitting, no shit-taking attitude of Hirooki Goto and the ruthless nature of the Cerebral Assassin ready to collide one-on-one here. This is going to be a match where neither man is going to be thinking about even tomorrow. They're going to be focused on the here and now and throwing bombs at one another until the other goes down. And I'm excited to see just which way it will go. Triple H psyching himself up for this contest. Of course, since arriving to ECW, this man's already had some big opportunities. Think to Money in the Bank when he challenged for the ECW Championship. Still, that one world title in this universe eludes him. Triple H has done everything else that he can. He's held a secondary title. He's held a tag team title. Has not held world heavyweight title. World championship. Won't be holding it next Sunday either because he's not going to that chamber. But if he wins over Adam Cole, he could certainly be in the talking point for it. Right now, though, he has to remain focused on Hirooki Goto. Hirooki Goto, of course, will be focused on Triple H, and I think so too, wherever he may be. Adam Cole would also be focused. Bell rings and we're underway here between Goto and Triple H, and look at that. No remorse being shown from the game from the get-go. I said he wouldn't show anything in terms of fairity towards Goto, and he's absolutely not coming out of the gates swinging at him right away. Now just strikes from Goto. Big German suplex takes the game off his feet. Great strength from Goto being demonstrated there. As this matchup continues on now, Triple H able to get himself back into the fray. What could we see from him? Right into the ring post goes the shoulder of Goto there. Feeling the agony of that one as Triple H now continues to go to work. Goto puts up a quick counter there. In the turnbuckle now, big shoulder tackles from Hirooki Goto. Caught him with those ones. Triple H now seated in the turnbuckle. Need him right in the face. Up to his feet they go. German suplex again, incoming. No, Triple H taking a page out of Shibata's book, I believe it was, from last week. From a few weeks ago, rather. Planting his weight into the mat and making sure that Goto can't hit that German suplex. Triple H now turning things around. Here we go. Clubbing away now. Full man position, just beating down on Goto in the middle of the ring. Stomp right in the gut as well. Cover from Triple H now. Can he put away Goto here? Can he secure a victory before the Elimination Chamber? Obviously not the case. Goto kicks out at 1. Oh, huge lariat in the corner. You are just seeing the ruthlessness of Triple H being demonstrated with every move he pulls out. Every move he shows. Indian Deathlock being applied now on Goto. Has it locked in. But Goto not looking to tap out to it. Fighting his way out now. Reverse GTR from Goto. As he continues to go to work here. Down on the knee there for Triple H. Capitalize. Again, Triple H doing such a good job right now as seeing in this contest of just shutting down Goto's offense. Goto is getting counters, he's getting moves, but then all of a sudden it's just stopped right in front of him by Triple H. Now though, maybe a bit of a Maybe I look a bit stupid now because Goto's starting to put in some big moves, starting to break out all of his heavy offense on Triple H here. Look out, brainbuster incoming from Goto maybe. No, Triple H puts the knee up, counters it, spinebuster from the game. Cover made to put away Goto. There's two. There's a kick out from Goto just in time. Triple H thought he had him right there, but it wasn't the case. Goto getting the shoulder up contest continues on now. Not put away Goto just yet, and he'll go back, it seems, to that Indian Deathlock, pushing the knee in the opposite direction. It's tormenting agony for whomever is locked in it, and Goto is feeling that right now. Brings him back up to his feet. Goto swats the punch away. Huge chop in the chest. Triple H staggering from it and from all of these shots as well. Back to the corner, and another lariat will connect. And the warrior that is Hirooki Goto. And this time he will get his brainbuster. And this time he'll look to finish things off as well. Not looking for the GTR. Might have been considering shouting Kai. Triple H counters from behind. Saito suplex, and down goes Goto on his head and neck. Spine buster now. Beginning of the end. It could be for Triple H. He'll line it up, but he hasn't seen who's behind him. On the ramp, Adam Cole. Adam Cole. Looking to distract Triple H again, and it's worked. Roll up from Goto. Roll up from Goto. He steals one. Goto wins it off of the back of Adam Cole. Victory for Goto. But oh, Triple H doesn't take too kindly to that. The game from behind on Goto, assaulting him, beating him down now. And he's gone to the outside, and he's got a sledgehammer in hand. Back in the ring with it. And he's assaulting Goto with it now. Sickening offense from the game here on Goto. Triple H making Hirooki Goto another one of his victims. He's going to look to put him away, but here comes Cole charging down the ramp. Adam Cole in the ring, and Cole saving Goto. Saving it from Triple H and getting his hands on his rival ahead of next Sunday. Triple H sent down the ring. Adam Cole with one over on that game once more. Backstage, oh my goodness! Production crate from Sabre Jr. into the gut of Naito. And a warning sent to El Ingobernable as well. Well, a lot has happened on this episode of ECW so far. Hopefully, we can strap ourselves in for some solid contests from now until the end of the evening. Coming up first, Randy Orton to go one-on-one against Johnny Gargano. These two men, of course, will go to the Elimination Chamber. They will meet inside that chamber as well. But tonight they meet one-on-one. Like I said earlier when it came to Murphy and Aries squaring off, it's all about that building momentum, all about making sure that everyone knows who the top dog is when it comes to the challengers for that title, when it comes to who will leave with the ECW title. Orton, of course, qualified off of the back of all that's gone on between Triple H and Adam Cole. He was the first man to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Of course, he's not Seth Rollins. But here tonight, Orton will be honed in and focused as he goes one-on-one against Johnny Wrestling. We're in a current state right now where it does feel like a lot of any one of the 6 guys in that match could leave theoretically with that ECW championship. Orton has proven since arriving to ECW in the draft that he's a strong favorite in many ways, and that he's really able to put the pieces together on this show. You look at Shibata, of course. I talked about him last week, about how his consistency of wrestling and getting in matches is really putting him towards being a strong favorite, which has worked out immensely for him. And then, of course, you have the rest. You know, you've got your Drew McIntyre, who has a chance this evening to prove himself. You've got Johnny Gargano, you've got Tyler Bate, and, of course, you've got the champion himself, Seth Rollins. But right now, Orton has to remain focused on the task at hand, has to remain focused on Johnny Gargano himself. A man who, like his former tag team partner, has grown heaps and bounds since the end of DIY. Both men went their separate ways. Gargano went from being that tag team wrestler, went from being a solid piece in a tag team matchup, and now he has burst his way up through the card these last few months. And you feel as if he belongs here now. As if he's earned his chance this high up the field. He's earned his chance into this chamber. Gotta commend Johnny Gargano for that, really, as he gets ready to square up against the former world champion here tonight. Gargano, of course, he was also involved in the whole Adam Cole Triple H spat, whereas Orton qualified off of the back of a Triple H interference, Gargano qualified off of the back of an Adam Cole interference. On, of course, the vice versas, the guys in the ring, but there will be no distractions this time around. There will be no BSing. It will be all about these two guys locking horns with one another and seeing who can build momentum, seeing who can get themselves to the talking points as one of the favorites for that Elimination Chamber matchup. Just over a week away. These two men, along, of course, with McIntyre, Rollins, Bate, and Shibata, will be inside that chamber. Right now, inside this ring, I think we're going to get a good contest here between these two guys, no doubt about it in my mind. Very talented athletes. About to prove themselves here. Look at now. Orton trying to use some mat wrestling there, trying to get a leg lock in over the head and neck of Gargano, who fights his way out of it back into a side headlock. Orton, standing side headlock now from him. And he will back up. Off the ropes goes Orton. Duck under there by Gargano into a neck breaker from him as well. Johnny Gargano starting to put the pieces together early on. This is, of course, going to be a little bit of a problem for Orton. Maybe he likes to work slow and methodical, and if Gargano's running rings around him and not really giving Orton much of a room to counter in, that could prove a problem for the Viper. But oh, there's that backbreaker of his that definitely could have just slowed things down to the pace that he enjoys. There's the knee across the face of Gargano there. Turns him round now. Look outside. Go suplex. Orton is now the one with control of this contest. No, never mind. Gargano gets in a quick counter there, and he starts swinging for the fences now. Gargano sending Orton outside of the ring. Johnny Wrestling looking to take flight right now. Diving fist drop to the outside. Big risk taken by Gargano, and it paid off. But only briefly. Orton comes in with a counter. Up on the shoulders now. Orton has Gargano. Oh, this won't be good for Gargano, as his back goes right into that barricade. Orton all of a sudden turning the pacing around in this contest. Chinlock applied now, but that knee dug into the small of the back of Gargano. With all of the torment and the torture that has gone on from being into that barricade, that could have an added effect on that submission, but Gargano shrugging it off, keeping on going. Look at these now. Turnbuckle punches to Orton right across the face and the jaw of the Viper there, but Orton pushes him away, creates separation, and comes in with a quick clothesline, taking down Gargano once again. Good back and forth from both sides so far. Again, he'll go to that backbreaker. Orton seems to have found a pinpoint target in this match, and it is the back of Johnny Wrestling. Nice cutter there by Gargano, taking a move right from the fray of Randy Orton. Couldn't have been more like an RKO if he tried. In the corner now, though, Orton looking to get one back on Gargano. Corner punches of his own now from Randy Orton. Swinging away on Gargano. And whereas Gargano didn't get them all, Orton did. Gargano goes down. Big uppercut rocks Gargano back to the ropes there. Orton now turning things around, and again momentum swings back in the favor of the Viper. For how long can it stay that way, though? Hoists him up to his feet. Look for a chop there. Gargano counters. These two guys just swinging back and forth with one another. To the top rope now goes Johnny Wrestling. Here we go. Double foot stomp from up high. Gargano goes charging into the cover on Orton for victory heading into the chamber. Kick out at 2. Orton gets that shoulder up in time. Gargano not quite able to put him away just yet. Orton now swinging back with strikes of his own. These two guys sharing a lot of strikes with one another in this contest thus far. Look out. Gargano sending that turnbuckle with great strength. And again, that backbreaker. Randy Orton really putting damage on the back of Gargano. But he might be about to put it away. Here we go. RKO, no! Gargano counters. Gargano comes up with a counter on Randy Orton there. And the Viper suddenly on the back foot following it. Gargano finding maybe a second wind. Sending Orton into the corner now. What will Gargano look to do here? Face first into the turnbuckle. There goes Orton. And a cut emerging on the face of the Viper as well. Look at that. Oh, it's open nasty. It's a lot of blood already on the face of Orton. Crucifix from Gargano. Almost had him. Kick out at 2. Look at the blood, though, on the face of Orton. That is quite a surprise. Just going to that turnbuckle. It's about to get worse. Look out. Huge DDT on the apron. Oh, my goodness. What a vicious move from Gargano. Back in the ring we go now. Orton seems out on his feet. And there's a little surprise with the blood that's flowing from his head. Oh, slingshot at him. Lawn darted him into that second turnbuckle. Once again. And as the blood is flowing down the head of Orton, Gargano escape is locked in. Gargano escape, and Orton has no choice but to tap out. A big win for Johnny Gargano ahead of the chamber. For a long time, it felt as if Gargano was an underdog. It felt as if he was maybe with an outside chance on the outside looking in for the longest times. But now, every single week he gets better. He just beat a former world champion. How much does this play into Gargano making a mark on that chamber match? We don't talk about him week in and week out, but Gargano certainly proving us all wrong as he prepares for that chamber. The infatuation between Tyler Bate and that ECW Championship continues on, but for the Elimination Chamber, ladies and gentlemen, the final bout to be announced for the pay-per-view. Zack Sabre Jr. and Tetsuya Naito will meet each other one-on-one. The grudge will be settled between these two men as well. Will Sabre Jr. make the fat pig squeal, as he said, or El Ingobernable achieve victory over Sabre Jr.? We'll find out next Sunday, but coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening on its way. They've met before, and they'll meet again. Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, one-on-one. Who can get a big win before the Elimination Chamber? We will see as this main event of the evening gets going. McIntyre out first. We saw him last week laying out Seth Rollins on the entrance ramp that he will just be walking down in a moment. With a future shock DDT, he held the title above the fallen champion. But now tonight, he meets him in that very ring. McIntyre throwing his name into the hat with that move last week. He really went from just being a guy in the chamber to a force to be reckoned with in the chamber. Rollins had no response to the jump from behind, and he was down and out. Now we wait to see what will happen here between these two guys. I said they've met before in twice in title matches. Of course, 2-0 to Rollins on those. In singles matches, I believe there is a past in which McIntyre has claimed victory over Rollins. I could be wrong there, but what I will say is that there is no doubt in my mind that McIntyre, whichever ring you put him in, he is a dangerous force to be reckoned with, and that is always the case. The brutish nature of the British Empire comes from Drew McIntyre, the forceful antics of them. You know, at Survivor Series, of course, it was a long time ago, but at Survivor Series, he came from 2-1 down to win the match for the British Empire. McIntyre is always a force to be reckoned with, but here comes a man who is the force to be reckoned with, who is the champion of ECW, who is the greatest of all time, and there is no argument. It is the man of ECW. It is the champion himself. It is Seth freaking Rollins back in action. Tell you what, Rollins probably wished that this show came a few days later than what we are currently on, because in just a few short days it will be day 700 for Rollins. He will head into the ECW Championship Elimination Chamber with over 700 days with that title. To put into consideration, the next closest reign is 300 days behind him. Rollins has almost double the title reign that Bobby Fish has. Bobby Fish's reign is excellent. So what does that say about Seth Rollins' reign? What does that tell you about this man who in just a few short days says hello to 700? Will he continue on though at the Elimination Chamber? Will he be saying hello to 2 years is the question. And it is a big question because that Elimination Chamber is a ruthless, unforgiving thing to be locked within. It is an unforgiving structure. It will punish anyone. And it could punish Rollins. It could cost him that opportunity for the ECW title. It could cost him the opportunity to go all the way to 2 years. That's to come next Sunday. Right now he has to focus on getting revenge for last week in this main event of the evening. McIntyre and Rollins to lock horns. So here we go between these two guys. Considering what happened last week, quite a bit surprising to see them go for a collar elbow tie-up, but that's what's happening here. Chinlock being applied by Rollins. McIntyre now able to drop down there. Side headlock, nicely done. And look at this now. Sees the opening and just clubs away on the head of Rollins. Early shots get him in. It's the mentality there. The man who next Sunday, of course, will be a challenger along with 5 other men to Seth Rollins' title. Up on the shoulders. Oh, there's a gutbuster. Good work from McIntyre. Hard chop in the chest now as he starts swinging away on Rollins here. Clubbing away on him for good measure. Huge move. McIntyre early on, it seems, taking the harder hitting start. Just trying to pummel Rollins right now. Trying to beat him into submission, essentially. Here comes the strength of him now. Face first into the mat, and I can expect a move like that to be broken out quite a few times in the contest with how brutal it is, how much power it demonstrates. Good work by Rollins. The moment he saw the ropes, wrapped his arm around them. The counter. Rollins now starting to fire back a little bit. Let's see what he can do here. Has him in position. Look at the strength. Look at the strength. Gut wrench. Suplex. Floats over. Hangs on. And hits another. It's immense power from the champion. Moonsault connects as well. And now here come the shots. No, McIntyre puts a stop to them. Forearm of his own. McIntyre now hitting away. Short arm clothesline. Down goes Seth Rollins. You could be seeing something like Goto and Triple H earlier on, where every time Rollins will put together some offense, McIntyre will fight a different way to just shut him down and take control, because that's exactly what he's doing here. Look at the strength now. Look at this. Belly to belly suplex across the ring. Flies the champion. Cover from McIntyre. Looking for the win. Kick out of 2. Much to the chagrin of McIntyre on that one. But he isn't letting up on Rollins right now, but Rollins finds the counter, and I think that's something that McIntyre will have to be aware of as this contest continues on. He tries to go for the win right away. If he tries to speed his way through it, Rollins will catch him and he'll beat him. God's last gift connects, cover made, but a very early kick out from McIntyre. Here's a Rollins. Oh, can't put the match away, but a big counter there to the Phoenix splash from that second rope, and McIntyre back to his ruthless ways. Deadlift, gut wrench, suplex. Oh, it's almost like a power bomb instead from McIntyre. Clubbing away again with those shots. Rollins able to stay up on his feet and able to start connecting now on McIntyre, stomping away into the gut there. Drew goes down, and Rollins will look to fight back now, sending him into the turnbuckle. Knee into the back by Rollins there. McIntyre in a state of trouble right now, looking to see what Rollins can put together. It's put to a stop there by Drew McIntyre, and again he'll go back to this power throw essentially. And you can see the confidence that's being expressed from Drew McIntyre right now. Up on the shoulders goes Rollins once again. This could be dangerous for the champion. Oh my God, no, Rollins to the outside! An almighty powerbomb out of the ring. And you've got to imagine, after almost 700 days of being the champion, your body is going to be a wreck already. And that could have made it a bit worse. McIntyre just throwing Rollins around on the outside now with absolutely no remorse, absolutely no forgiveness. McIntyre again, though, will look for that Boston Crab, but again Rollins in the right position. McIntyre looking to give Rollins the same fate as last week. Looked for the future shock DDT. Rollins this time had it red. Forearm in the face now from Rollins. Quite a few under his belt for there. Turning him round in the corner now. What does Rollins have up his sleeve? The same move that McIntyre hit earlier on in the contest. Fist right across the chest of Rollins. Oh, sorry, of McIntyre. Irish whip off the ropes. Look at the strength of the champion there. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to the heavy Drew McIntyre. Rollins will take himself up to the top rope. Willing to take a big risk. Here we go. Phoenix splash connects. Covers made. Will it put away McIntyre? It won't even get two. And the disbelief from Rollins tells the tale. He can hardly believe it, but it is the truth. Shinlock being applied now from Rollins on McIntyre. He's feeling the impact of this matchup as well, but he ain't giving in. McIntyre, though, once again goes back to the power game. Choke toss there on Rollins. So tough, so difficult to keep McIntyre down. He's always finding a way to get right back up to his feet. Back elbow, and down goes Rollins. See what will happen now in this main event. These guys have already exerted an awful lot to try and get the win over the other. And McIntyre willing to take an even bigger risk. Oh my God, what's he going to do? What has he got in store now? Look at this. Look at this from McIntyre, holding him in air. Superplex finally connects. Rollins held way up in the air for a long period of time as McIntyre, beaten the champion, came close. Just not close enough yet to putting him away. But McIntyre again coming close to putting away Rollins. Yet again, the champ in trouble. The title isn't even on the line, but to McIntyre, this could be a huge opportunity for him. Face versus the turnbuckle, there goes McIntyre. Unlike Orton, though, he isn't busted open. Rollins goes to the knee now of McIntyre, trying to take it away. He'll take himself up to the top rope again. Could he plan another Phoenix splash? What else does he have up his sleeve? McIntyre getting up to his feet. Rollins gonna fly. Went for a chop. Couldn't look for anything big. McIntyre was too close. He'll find an opening and again throws him into the mat. Up on the shoulders. Gutbuster once again. Every time Rollins finds a window, McIntyre is slamming it shut on his face and knocking it back a few steps. Here we go. Rollins in. Powerbomb. Maybe a crucifix powerbomb incoming. No. McIntyre able to slip his way out. Huge shoulder tackle now. Champ goes down again. Rollins finding separation. Rolls to the apron. Smart move. Counters McIntyre as well. And comes in with a knee right in the face. And here we go. He'll look to win. He'll look to put him away. He's going to look for the curb stomp. No. McIntyre counters. Up on the shoulders now. Drives him into the mat. Drew McIntyre. Wait a minute. McIntyre taking off the turnbuckle pad. That is exposed steel. McIntyre removing the turnbuckle pad. Oh, Rollins head first into it. Courtesy of McIntyre. The champ is bleeding, but Rollins is in even bigger trouble. McIntyre sees the writing on the wall. Claymore kick. McIntyre covers Rollins. Drew McIntyre just beat the ECW champion. McIntyre does it. What a hellacious win before the chamber. McIntyre laid out Rollins last week, and with the use of anything he can get his hands on, he'll celebrate on that very turnbuckle. After driving the head of Rollins into it, McIntyre beats the champion. Is this the new favorite for the ECW title? McIntyre victorious, but there's bait! There is bait! From behind! And McIntyre, he'll go into the turnbuckle, chest first, turnabout is fair play for Tyler Bate. He jumps McIntyre, Bate now! Tyler driving to McIntyre. Drew gets the win, but Bate reminding everyone, you cannot ever count out Tyler Bate. What a chamber we are heading towards.